So if you have been feeling a bit meh about freelancing and some of the work that you have been doing, maybe it's time for you to... Hey guys, it's Marce and I am back with another top take. So it is my strong belief that we should all be pursuing personal projects, and here's why. So as someone who has worked as a self-employed creative for over 10 years, I have come to a recent realization and way of viewing my creative career. In all honesty, I am genuinely excited, and I think it's the perspective that I have been missing. So I recently stumbled across a video that had an elder woman. I want to say she gave her age in the video, I just can't remember, but she was like in her 90s, and she was sharing how much she attributed her happiness and longevity of life to her pursuit of personal, purposeful projects. And of course, that really spoke to me because it led me to the realization that I am a project-based person. So let me explain. So there was a recent article by Forbes, I believe, that spoke about the difference between role-based and project-based careers. So I'll link the article below for you to have an in-depth read. I see this phase of my career centered around deep diving into a variety of creative ventures, unpacking and exploring my curiosities, and then turning them into tangible solutions. But the key thing here is my curiosities. Unlike a more traditional role-based career, which is centered around a singularly defined area of expertise that you carry out for a variety of clients, companies, or projects. I found that even when I had my own creative practice and I was taking on clients, I somehow fell into a role-based rut where I was doing the same type of work for a variety of clients. So let me be honest. At the beginning, I absolutely loved it, and it was definitely something different to the corporate world that I was in before. I loved working autonomously, being in charge of my own time, sourcing my own clients, and working with projects that aligned with the things that I believed in or agreed with. And I developed some really great relationships from that time. But I also recognized the need to evolve, and I want to honor that. I recognize that what I have been doing for the past 8+ years, roughly, has stagnated, and it's not something that motivates me anymore. Now, I can foresee a future where I'll be working with clients again on their projects, but for right now, it definitely won't be my main focus. I am now focused on pursuing personal projects, as varied and wild and unachievable as they may seem. It ignites a passion and a fire in me that I haven't felt for a while, and I recognize the need to really give credence to the ideas that I have swarming around in my head and actually be fearless in pursuing them, in creating them, in finding a way to make them tangible. And I think that's the thing that has deterred me for a long time, is sometimes bigger projects just feel so unattainable and overwhelming, not knowing where to start or how to even bring them into fruition. And so I no longer want that to be a hindrance to me pursuing the things that actually interest me. In pursuing personal projects, it does open me up to a whole new range of skills that I don't yet have, or skills that need to be sharpened, such as pitching for investment, grant applications, hiring a team to fulfill the areas that fall outside of my skill set and make these projects a reality, but also successful. These are not things that I've had to do, things I don't yet know fully how to do, but I am not letting that stop me. I think sometimes when you're working for yourself, you get used to being a jack of all trades and stretching yourself into different areas, and doing things slightly outside of your skill set, but you know that with a few little tutorials or a few little bits of information, a bit of research, you can get the job done. When I think about some of the things that I want to create that I'm not ready to share just yet, I know that for the scale and the quality that I want these next few projects to be at, I recognize the need for a team. I mean, even this podcast is a personal pursuit and a project that I had in mind from over 7 years ago that I'm only now getting around to pursuing. And in the last few years of setting up the podcast and evolving the platform, I've learned so much and I've gained so many new skills. which is why I think personal projects are essential to a meaningful life, whether you're a creative person or not. Some of the benefits and skills that I have gained since launching the podcast are not things I probably would have pursued otherwise, such as getting to grips with a program like Premiere Pro, improving my video editing capabilities, learning how to interview people, content creation, newsletter writing, which is improving my written verbal communication. This project has motivated me to create again and has spurred on so many ideas outside of the podcast that I can't wait to get into. It has also been a huge channel for self-discovery for me. I think so much of my identity was tied up in having my own creative practice, having clients, what type of clients, being a branding designer, what new skills within branding have I added to my bow. And in all honesty, stopping my creative practice in 2023 really kind of sent me into a mini identity crisis because so much of my identity was tied into what I did for other people. It has been a long journey to get to this point, but in pursuing personal projects, I am rediscovering who I am and who I want to be. In any instance where you are learning something new or unfamiliar, it is a stretching and it challenges yourself. It forces you to expand what you think you're capable of and opens up your understanding to new subjects, which feels great. Like being a student again can feel scary, but it is also extremely rewarding as you see yourself start to progress and grow in certain areas. I think one of the main benefits from working on my own projects is I am building things of purpose, things that put my voice, my values out there and provides value and help and resources to other people. It's actually purposeful, and not to say that client projects aren't purposeful. I'm so thankful for a number of the projects that I have been blessed to be a part of, but there is just something unmatched about taking your own idea and then executing that and it being something that you know is going to benefit other people and leave them better. So from the Forbes article, I pulled a super helpful quote to help us understand the impact for these two modes of viewing our careers, whether role-based or project-based. So it says, for job seekers, navigating the two models in the way that best fits their needs, work style, and career goals could be the difference between job satisfaction and burnout. So there's that word again. So if you have been feeling a bit meh about freelancing and some of the work that you have been doing, maybe it's time for you to carve out space to pursue your own creative projects. Trust me when I say it's definitely like hitting a refresh button. So my challenge to you is this week, set aside some time to ideate one personal project that piques your curiosity that you will then pursue. So there's my top take on why I believe we should all be pursuing personal projects. If you guys are working on personal projects that you would love to share, then drop a comment below, let us know what you're working on, and share a link. So keep curious, guys. As always, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.